Sunstreaker was a debut character of the Transformers in 1984, sporting a dazzling Lamborghini Countach alternate mode in yellow. Sunstreaker's history as an action figure begins in 1978 as the Cosmo Countach by Takara, which could partially convert into a robot. Takara designer Kojin Ono took inspiration from this toy to develop the first figure in the 1982 Diaclone subline, Car Robots, as the Countach LP500S. The Car Robots toy line would subsequently be licensed to other toy manufacturers, but Takara itself sold a small assortment of the line in the United States as Diaclone, Robot Cars of the Future, which included the LP500S as DK1. Upon being licensed by Hasbro for use in the Transformers toy line, this figure was changed from red to yellow and sold as the Vane Autobot Warrior Sunstreaker. The Transformers brand was then picked up by Takara in 1985, but Sunstreaker would not be sold individually. Instead, Japanese consumers needed to purchase an expensive Versus 3-pack, also including skids and buzzsaw, in order to obtain Sunstreaker. While Sunstreaker would be released again in European markets in 1990, the mold to create the figure would become lost and/or unusable, and Sunstreaker never saw a reissue as such. Now, 35 years later, Takara Tomy has given us an all-new recreation of this special Generation 1 toy in the Missing Link line, with contemporary articulation and an assortment of new accessories. Sunstreaker comes packed in vehicle mode in a box that closely mimics the original Japanese Generation 1 packaging. New to this release is the T-Spark logo, Takara's new brand for all hobby-type collectibles. The packaging art is also brand new, done by Hidetsugu Yoshioka. The top shows the conversion into robot mode in the start change finish format native to G1. The final pose in the sequence evokes the original packaging art. The top also features some text that roughly translates to a narcissist proud of his beautiful body. Most of the Japanese G1 packaging featured a short description like this. And speaking of description, the back of the box shows off tech specs, as well as a brief bio translated from Bob Budiansky's descriptions on the English language packaging. Just as an original Generation 1 Sunstreaker would, the set includes 1 figure, 2 toy-style fists, 2 rocket boosters, and 3 chromed missiles. Additionally, Missing Link Sunstreaker also includes 2 new cartoon-inspired accessories. 1 chromed flare gun, modeled after the same accessory from Generation 1 Sideswipe, and 1 worker figure, taking the place of a Dionaut pilot as the Diaclone counterpart would include. The included catalog explains to the user that the figure's appearance was intentionally left vague enough to stand in place for either Spike or Sparkplug as the user sees fit. The figure stands at about 1 inch tall and features small magnets on the feet to stand on metal platforms, but it doesn't balance very well. It also has 4 points of articulation, a swivel at each hip and each shoulder. Inside the box there is also a small plastic bag that includes the following: 1 sticker sheet, 1 set of instructions, 1 Sunstreaker collector card, 1 red decoder to be used on the back of the package to reveal the tech specs, and 1 Missing Link catalog, showing off the previous 4 releases as well as C-06, Missing Link Cordon. Freed from the packaging, Missing Link Sunstreaker is an incredibly faithful recreation of the Generation 1 toy, with chrome details, die-cast metal construction, and rubber tires. Not unlike Convoy, Sunstreaker has molded in sticker details, my favorite being this one on the engine piece. The hood also has some painted-in details, notably the headlights. These were decals that were present on the Diaclone version but removed for the Transformers release. This figure restores these decals as originally intended. The front bumper also has all new molded-in detail, which was totally flat on the G1, achieved with stickers instead. These small lamps are now a metallic yellow, but the circles on the original are not as visible as before. The black trim on the sides of the car is also now painted on. These red details back here are also painted. The original decals were brought over from the red Diaclone figure and left unchanged for the yellow Transformers release. However, the Missing Link sticker sheet includes new yellow decals to fit over them to better match the rest of the car. Regrettably, there's no Countach detail that fits over the chromed spoiler anymore, as this is not a licensed Lamborghini product. This would have to be my biggest fault of the figure, which is otherwise slavishly true to the Generation 1 and Diaclone toy. By lifting the windshield, which I have found to be a tad difficult, the worker figure can be seated in the middle of the cockpit. Here you can really see how the details on the robot mode shins were really meant to act as the computer controls for the driver. While most of the other accessories cannot be used in this mode, the 2 rocket boosters can be plugged into the back for storage. While not an inherent feature of the figure itself, Sunstreaker fits comfortably in Missing Link Convoy's trailer. Sunstreaker converts almost exactly like his Generation 1 counterpart, with a few added techniques. The legs can now be separated entirely, but getting them pulled out from the rest of the body is a bit difficult. Some collectors may find that the upper torso is overly complicated due to the inclusion of a new double hinge technique, but it allows for better head articulation in robot mode, I believe. The most striking addition to this conversion would have to be the fists, which fold out of the forearms rather than being separate firing projectiles like the G1. However, the rocket boosters are still separate parts that must be attached. The result is a beautiful recreation of the 1984 action figure. In robot mode, Sunstreaker stands at about 4.75 inches tall. Even in a stationary pose, Sunstreaker is a total eye-catcher. The yellow colors and chrome details really help make him a great display piece. By lifting up the chest, you can see more painted-on recreations of the sticker decals. I'm particularly fond of the ones on the sides with the blue circuits. The sticker sheet also includes an alternate decal to be placed here that says Car Robo if the user wants to match the Diaclone toy more. If one wants to achieve an even closer toy-accurate look, the fists can be removed and replaced with the larger, unarticulated fists, though these must be removed for the transformation as they cannot fit inside the forearms. I sort of question the inclusion of these fists since Convoy didn't have an additional set himself. But if I were to guess, it's to give G1 collectors the opportunity to have something more authentic looking to go with their other reissues. The included chromed missiles can also be inserted instead of his fists, or the rocket boosters depending on your preference. It should be noted that because of the improved conversion for the fists, the original rocket firing mechanism in the forearms has been gutted, and the yellow buttons now serve merely an aesthetic function. Sunstreaker retains all 8 original points of articulation of the G1 toy. Wrist swivels, elbow bend, slight outward butterfly joints, an outward shoulder swivel, now on a soft ratchet joint. However, the Missing Link adds 17 new points of articulation, a neck swivel at the base, a die-cast upward shoulder joint at the torso, 360 shoulder joints, opening fists, die-cast hip joints that allow for universal movement, upper thigh swivel, a double knee bend, and an ankle pivot. The toes can also be pivoted forward due to the transformation and feature some high-quality ratchet joints. In short, Sunstreaker makes a welcome addition to the Missing Link set of figures. Not unlike Convoy, C-05 is a dedicated recreation and respectful update of a toy that many collectors thought would never have a second chance to own. While Kobayashi-san and his team could have left it at that, they made the brilliant decision to include the worker figure, restoring play features that have been gutted for the last 41 years. With great accessories, new articulation, and painstaking attention to detail, Missing Link Sunstreaker proves itself to be another amazing feat by Takara Tomy. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more.